Once upon a time, there was a man. This man had two wives. The first wife was very kind. She had two sons. The boys loved their mother very much. The first wife was gentle and always took care of her sons. The second wife was not kind. She was mean and selfish. She did not like the first wife or her two sons. The man loved both his wives, but it was hard for him to make both of them happy. The man spent more time with the second wife. The second wife always wanted more attention. This made the first wife very sad. She felt lonely and worried about her sons. She feared what would happen if something bad happened to her. One day, the first wife became very sick. She knew she would not live much longer. She was very sad, not for herself, but for her sons. She knew they would need help after she was gone. So, she called her two sons to her bed. She held their hands and spoke to them in a soft voice. "My dear boys," he said, "I am very sick. I will leave you soon. But you must be strong. You must take care of each other. If your stepmother does not give you food, go into the forest. In the forest, you will find help. Do not be afraid." The boys were very sad to hear their mother's words. They loved her so much. They could not imagine life without her. They were also afraid of what would happen after she was gone. They knew their stepmother did not like them. They were worried she would be cruel to them. A few days later, their mother passed away. The boys cried a lot. They missed her every day. Their father was also very sad. He missed his first wife. But the second wife was not sad at all. She was happy. Now, she had more control over the household. She thought, now that the first wife is gone, I will make sure my children get everything. Her sons will get nothing. After some time, the two boys became very hungry. They went to their stepmother. They said, "We are hungry. Please give us some food." But the stepmother looked at them with cold eyes. She said, "Why should I feed you? You are not my children. Go away. I have no food for you." The younger boy started to cry. "I'm so hungry," he said to his older brother. "What will we do? We have no one to take care of us." The older brother tried to comfort him. He remembered what their mother had said. "Don't worry," he told his younger brother. "Let's go into the forest like mother told us. Maybe we will find someone who can help us." So, the two boys walked into the forest. They walked for a long time. The forest was dark and quiet. They were tired and hungry, but they kept walking. They did not know where to go, but they trusted their mother's words. After a while, they came across a tall, strong tree. The tree had big, green leaves. The tree looked very kind and welcoming. It was as if the tree was waiting for them. The older brother said to his little brother, "Let's rest here under this tree. Maybe the tree can help us." As they sat down under the tree, something magical happened. The tree began to speak to them in a soft, gentle voice. The tree said, "Why are you so sad, little ones?" The boys were surprised to hear the tree speak. They had never heard a tree talk before. But they were not afraid. The tree's voice was kind. The older brother answered, "We are hungry." Our stepmother does not give us food. We are alone. We have no one to take care of us. The tree felt sorry for the two boys. Do not worry, the tree said. I will help you. Come here every day, and I will give you fruits to eat. You will never be hungry again. The boys were very happy to hear this. The tree shook its branches, and many ripe, delicious fruits fell to the ground. The boys picked up the fruits and ate until they were full. The fruits were sweet and juicy. They felt strong and happy. The boys thanked the tree and promised to come back every day. From that day on, the boys went to the forest every morning. They sat under the tree, and the tree gave them fruits to eat. The boys became strong and healthy. They were no longer afraid of their stepmother. They knew the tree would always help them, but the second wife soon became suspicious. She noticed that the boys were never hungry, even though she did not give them any food. She wondered where they were getting food. She thought, how can these boys be so healthy? They should be weak and hungry. I must find out their secret. One day, the second wife decided to follow the boys into the forest. She waited until the boys left the house. Then, she quietly followed them, hiding behind the trees and bushes. She was very careful not to be seen. The boys did not know that their stepmother was following them. They walked into the forest, talking and laughing. They were happy because they knew they would soon eat the delicious fruits from the kind tree. The second wife watched as the boys walked to the tall tree. She saw them sit under the tree. She was shocked when she saw the tree shake its branches and drop fruits for the boys. She watched as the boys ate the fruits and smiled with happiness. The second wife was filled with jealousy. She wanted the tree for herself. She thought, if I eat the fruits of this tree, I will become strong and beautiful. My children will also become strong. That tree belongs to me now. That night, after the boys had gone to bed, the second wife went to her husband. She said, "Husband, I need the tree from the forest. I am very weak. The fruits of that tree will make me strong and healthy. Bring the tree to me." The man was confused. He did not understand how he could bring a tree home. He asked, "How can I bring a tree home? It is rooted in the ground. I cannot move it." The second wife was angry. She shouted, "You must find a way. If you do not bring me that tree, I will become very sick." Do you want your wife to be sick? Do you want me to die? The man loved his second wife. He did not want her to be sick. He was afraid of losing her. So, he agreed to do as she asked. The next morning, he took a sharp axe and went into the forest. He searched until he found the tall tree where his sons were sitting. The boys were sitting under the tree, eating the fruits. They were happy and did not see their father coming. But when they saw him with the axe, they were very scared. The younger brother cried out, "Father, no. Please don't hurt the tree. The tree is our friend. It saves us from hunger." The older brother also begged, "Father, please don't cut down the tree. We love this tree. It is kind and good to us." The man was troubled. He loved his sons. He did not want to hurt the tree that was helping them. But he also loved his second wife. He did not want to make her angry or sick. He was caught between his love for his children and his duty to his wife. The boys could see that their father was very sad. They did not want their father to suffer. They whispered to the tree, "We do not want our father to be sad because of us. If you must go, we will understand." The tree was touched by the boys' kindness and love for their father. The tree spoke to the father and said, "Very well, I will let you take me. But remember, kindness always finds a way to return." With a heavy heart, the man cut down the tree. He took the tree home to his second wife. She was very happy. She ordered her husband to plant the tree in their garden. She eagerly waited for the tree to grow and bear fruits. But the tree in the garden did not grow well. Its leaves began to wither and turn brown. The tree did not bear any fruits. The second wife became impatient and angry. She said, "Why does this tree not bear fruit? It must be cursed. I want its wood to build a new house." The man tried to calm her down, but she would not listen. She insisted that the tree be chopped down and its wood used for a new house. The man did as she asked. He chopped down the tree, and they built a new house from its wood. But strange things began to happen. The walls of the house creaked and groaned at night. The roof leaked whenever it rained. The second wife could not sleep at night. The house made strange noises, like it was alive and restless. One night, as the second wife lay awake in bed, she heard a voice. It was the voice of the tree, echoing through the walls of the house. The voice said, "You took me from the forest, but you cannot take my spirit. I was here to help and bring kindness, not to harm. Now, you must live with the result of your actions." The second wife was very scared. She realized she had made a big mistake. She regretted what she had done. She was sorry for her greed and jealousy. The next morning, she went to her husband and said, "We must leave this house. It is cursed. Let us return to our old home. I do not want to live here anymore." The man agreed with her. They moved back to their old house. The second wife was never the same again. She became quiet and thoughtful. She treated the boys with more kindness and respect. She had learned a valuable lesson about greed and the importance of kindness. As for the boys, they continued to visit the forest, even though the tree was gone. They felt that the spirit of the tree still watched over them. They believed the tree was still protecting them in its own way. The boys grew up to be strong, wise, and kind men. They always remembered the lesson of the kind tree. Years later, the younger brother met a beautiful girl from a nearby village. She was the daughter of a wise old woman. The young man and the girl fell in love. They wanted to get married. But the girl's mother was cautious. She had heard about the troubles with the tree. She wanted to make sure the young man had a good heart. One day, the old woman called the young man to her house. She asked him many questions about his life and his family. The young man answered all her questions honestly. He told her about the kind tree and how it had helped them. He did not hide anything from her. The old woman listened carefully to his story. Then she said, "You have a good heart. You are honest and kind. But there is one more thing you must do. Go back to the place where the tree once stood. You will find something there that will help you." The young man was curious. He went back to the forest. When he reached the spot where the tree had once grown, he saw a small sapling. It was a new tree, growing in the place of the old one. The young man was filled with joy and hope. He knew that this was a sign that the tree's spirit was still alive and that it had forgiven them. He carefully took the small tree and planted it near his home. The tree grew strong and healthy. It bore fruits just like the old tree. The young man and his bride took care of the tree. It became a symbol of their love and the lessons they had learned. The story of the kind tree spread throughout the village. People came from far and wide to see the new tree. They all learned the importance of kindness, respect, and care for others. The young man became a wise and respected leader in his village. He and his wife lived happily ever after. They always remembered the kind tree that had taught them so much.